Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are and whatever time it is. I hope you are having a good one. Welcome back to House Flipper 2 with Rash Decision. If you enjoy this type of content, please leave me a like, subscribe, and maybe even a comment to let me know. Enjoy the video. My beautiful audience, welcome back to another Mod Review Monday. This one's going to be a little bit different. I was looking through the mods, and I came very, very close to doing a showcase for mine this week, but I found this one, and I'm going to do something a little bit different with it. So this one, I noticed it actually has a lot of windows. Way too many, actually. It actually has way too many windows. I understand why they did it this way. It's to give it a little bit more depth on the front, to give it some visual intrigue is the term I always use. And that's a wonderful idea. So what I'm going to do is, instead of just straight up reviewing this particular piece, I'm going to put up my first initial walkthrough with it today, and then my next two episodes for this week, for Wednesday and Friday, will just be, Wednesday will be getting it up to snuff, getting it ready to decorate, and then Friday's episode will be decorating this house. And that's actually because this one is not a job, it's not a property necessarily. This is one that is intended to be fully fixed out and renovated, partially renovated, because most of it's already ready to go. You just kind of have to get it up to snuff. And I love some of this landscaping, I love everything about it. And I'm going to do my best to kind of deal with the windows and not change anything about them, even though I really want to. But let's go ahead and go back into it. So this one is the Blackpool Manor. Blackpool Manor is now clean and vandalism free. There is still so much work to do to get it on the market, and we did actually see that in the pictures. It looks like everything has been cleaned out of it. A lot of good landscaping has been done here from the pictures, and it looks like we need to redo like the walls, the floors, probably the ceiling, if I had to guess. And so that's what's needing to be done. So let's go ahead, we'll go back into our mods. Here it is, Blackpool Manor. Now it shows at Blackpool Manor by Shy. This is another one where I think it's using the in-game name, like the profile name in-game, for when you get to this part of it, when you're ready to load into the mod, but then it uses like the mod.io account name when you're out just browsing the mod, which I honestly think is a little bit, I don't want to say underhanded, but it's a little bit misleading. There could be, you could exploit that to spoof other people's mods, and I'm not a fan of that idea. I hope nobody out there has done that yet, because that would make me genuinely upset. It really would, because some of the mods that I have looked at and will look at in the future, I'm going to tell you right now, are extremely high quality. Some of them, a lot of people put a lot of work into, and I really hope that doesn't happen. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Let's go ahead and jump into this one. Like I said, this episode will be exclusively for just taking a tour of this, and we're going to have a look around, see what it's like, see how it feels. Okay, all right. So they definitely do not intend for you to go out this way or go around it. Looks like I can get out this way, and looks like there's some space on this side where the front of the house is kind of pointing out towards. Got a lot of vegetation. Lots of vegetation here. Got a lot of landscaping going on too. So it is just a path maybe? I thought this was going to be like a little stream. Oh, there it is. Maybe it was unfinished, I'm not sure. Does seem like a path, doesn't it? Seems strange that it terminates at a tree, though. Okay. Exposed roots. Honestly, that's not a bad idea. That happens a lot in the area that I'm in. I live in what is called the temperate rainforest part of North America. So there's a lot of lots and lots of vegetation. In fact, if you took a picture of where I live and you compared it to just a overarching picture of like Peru, they're actually indistinguishable. Like the biodiversity is so similar. It's actually kind of interesting when you really examine it. So it looks like we have just like some bits of flat land, hence lots of landscaping towards the center that the house is built on. And I like this. I love this idea. We're out here, out past the front of the house, it's all covered by this hill right here and all this landscaping, all that dirt and rock kind of built up over, and then back here you just have kind of like a door that leads into what is a basement. And it looks like this is a heavily, heavily unfinished basement. So this is probably trying to imply that this was a much older building, and because of that, I honestly would like to have seen like some of the round columns made to look like they were just like old or aging brick down underneath here, kind of holding up the floor, that kind of thing. That'd have been a really cool touch. And looks like over here there might be some kind of cellar or something right here. Yeah, cellar is exactly what this is. Has a nice little ladder going up. And then out here, kind of have a place where we can kind of go out into the undercroft of like the porch. It looks like. I'm not quite sure what the purpose of that is, but I mean it's cool. It's very cool. Kind of wondering. Oh, is that just a step down? Okay. I like the material use here. The cobblestone kind of matched with this. I don't want to say slate. I'm not quite sure what kind of rock this would be. It's not really flagstone, not really slate. It's kind of like a cross between them. There's not really a term for it. I also notice that these doors are very, very old, or like they're trying to give the impression that they're very, very old, that kind of thing. Got a few things here. It looks like maybe some plants that are kind of poking in through the floorboards. I have lots and lots of windows. I wanted everything to be lit AF in here, like AF capital. That's interesting. I'm not quite sure what the purpose of having it like having you kind of crouch down to get in there is. Let's see. Yeah, there's not really a reason that you couldn't have that taller. Yeah, maybe you could. I know a lot of older Victorian homes have a lot of split level features because they had to fit things where they could, and it didn't always work out the best way. Lots of doors, lots of windows, little things leading everywhere. So this is the front door. Has this massive pseudo wraparound porch. All these nice little lantern style lights coming around. I do like that the upper portions of the windows do have the arch to them. It does lend a very nice bit of authenticity to the fact that this is like inspired by Victorian Gothic Queen Anne style. Like there's a few different styles that are being represented here in like a single place, but it is very Gothic because of the dark colors, the tall, thin windows, things like that. And I have actually heard a question in the past. I'm going to go ahead and clear it up right now. I'm sure everyone watching this probably knows this by now, but Gothic does not necessarily refer. This is a very, very pink room. This is extremely pink. I was not expecting that. Okay. It's also very finished as well. So that's actually one room I don't have to worry about. But I'm sure everyone here knows this by now, especially that could be watching this. But Gothic does not necessarily refer to the style, like the goth lifestyle, the very black, heavy metal, punk boots, dresses, tutus, the whole nine yards. I was actually part of that scene. I was a big metalhead when I was in my teens, when I was in high school. This actually gives me vibes of being like a music room. That's what I feel like is supposed to be in here, like putting like instruments and things like that. A big piano like over here, or maybe even like a grand piano over here. I don't think there's a grand piano, is there? I don't think so, but I'm gonna look because I may have overlooked it, not needing it at times. Music, no, just a keyboard. But yeah, definitely, this is going to be a music room. I feel that in my bones. I want this to be a music room. And then over here, we kind of have just like a smaller side room. Well, I'm not really sure what this was supposed to be because this one only has like the couple of windows. It has the center windows, and then it has like the windows that continue onward. But there's not really a purpose for both of these rooms to be here, especially when they're connected at the back. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with those. I would make this into a library study, and then make this into the primary, like sitting room, like what is it called? Oh man, what is it called? Parlor. That's what I would do. I would make this into a parlor and this into like a study or a home library. But Gothic style actually refers to the Visigoths, the Gothic region of Europe. So we're talking about the Germanic tribes. Anything north of Italy in Central Europe is considered Gothic by region. And if there is anyone here from the EU that knows a little bit more about it, they could probably speak up in the comments. But as far as I know, a large portion of the architecture that's used in Rome, Italy at large, just various places, that's obviously a bathroom, various places there in and around, especially in Switzerland, a lot of those have Gothic style because of the outreach of the Visigoths during the fall of Rome, during that period when Rome was falling, when everyone else was building. I just noticed this is 8-foot ceilings rather than 10-foot down below. So this is obviously a bedroom. We've got a bathroom over there, kind of like on the split level. I see why they did it that way. Oh, man, that's a really... Yeah, it's another bathroom, but it's a really dumb place to put it. That's frustrating. I would like to... What I'm thinking about doing is actually having some stairs go down somehow, some way through here, and have it go into a pantry in the kind of like in here rather than trying to build it in there. In fact, I might even just use this room as like a cellar slash pantry, etc. And then just build this out into a proper kitchen. Kind of break this down and not even worry about what's back there. Kind of house, you'd probably find some bodies or something in there. Anyway. So yeah, let's see. Going up a little bit further. And I've noticed that the windows are extremely, extremely pervasive. I might change this. I might change the centerpiece. And I do apologize to the author of this, but I might change this when I go through this. There's a much better way to do this layout. And I see what you're trying to do, and it's a great idea, but it's a little bit too interesting. It takes away from the fact that there is a wall here, and it leaves like this weird post in the center. I'm gonna redo that, and I do apologize. It's not your fault. I understand what you're trying to do. This is a wonderful idea. It's a great centerpiece. It's just inherently flawed because of the way it's been done. So I'm gonna redo this for you, and I'll show you how to really do it. We'll do that later this week. So of course I said this is a bedroom, and I see the hanging vines out there. I might even leave the vines out there, to be honest with you. Let's see, and then this one seems like it's probably going to be another bedroom, and goes into like a what? Okay, so both of these lead into here. So this is going to obviously be like a shared bathroom, but then it goes up and into kind of like an attic area. So we kind of want, well, if that's the case, then those can't really be bedrooms, because if you're accessing this area through here, through these areas, then these have to be kind of like entertainment rooms, or they can't really be that private because they're kind of thoroughfares rather than being, man. I said I wasn't going to change anything about this, and I'm going to stick to that, but I'm getting kind of frustrated because it's not the style that I usually go for. It's not the utilitarian. method, and it's actually wonderful because the author's actually gotten this exactly correct. There was a lot of old houses like this, especially that were being built in, say, for example, I'm just going to throw a number out there. In the US, especially in the early 1800s, going all the way to the early 1900s, and especially during the Great Depression, there were a lot of houses like this that would go up, and instead of trying to rebuild the house or trying to build a new house, the house would simply be like this living organism almost that the family would add on to, take away from, do what they needed to do with it to make sure that they had everything they required in order to act as a family. So instead of building a new house, they would just come up on top of, say, a closet, throw a set of stairs in it, and now, congratulations, it's a stairwell that leads up into more rooms. So yes, this is exactly how I would expect this sort of thing to happen. And I see here we have a like a tower kind of situation here. Absolutely lovely. I do like the idea of the tower. Of course, in here we have lots more windows. It really could probably have reduced the number of windows by half, but I do like these nice big tall windows like this. It really bespeaks of a I don't want to say French, but that's the first thing that comes to mind. Maybe like a Belgian style. I think it's also because of the color of this wallpaper, or rather stucco. I'm not quite sure what it is, but it's damaged. But because of that, it's giving like a very Belgian vibe. A bit smaller of a room. This is a bit bigger of one. Yeah, it's a little bit deeper. The fact that all the doors have this side light to them. So one thing is I would love to see more transoms built into the doors. Because in a lot of older houses that didn't have air conditioning or ventilation, transoms would be used in those houses, and the doors would look exactly like this. Like they would have the side light with the lights in them, and you'd see like a transom up above the primary door, and it would be able to lever either in or out, one of the two. Sometimes it would be one way, sometimes it would be bi-directional. This is obviously a bathroom, but they would be able to lever either direction in order to allow for airflow between different parts of the house. So especially like in doors like this, where this door is completely blocking all airflow from this room into this hallway, you'd have a transom up above the door in order to allow that airflow. But the design of this house, it's frustrating to me entirely because it's going to be very difficult for me personally. This is going to be a real challenge for someone like me with the style methodologies that I have to build into this house. I'm actually kind of curious if there's something behind that wall now, because there really should be based on where that kitchen is. I'm going to go outside. I'm going to have a look. But I'm going to give kudos to the creator because there was a lot of work put into this. And let me see. That's where the top of the stairs. Yeah, there's nothing over there. It's just nothing. Okay. So I don't have to worry about it. Now, one thing I did say when I first saw the pictures of this is that I hate to be in this house in a windstorm. Makes me wonder how many times how many panes of glass I've had to replace over the years, you know? But anyway. Yeah, it's going to be very difficult for someone with my styling, my utilitarian methods to build out this house, especially with how much there is. I'm actually kind of second guessing myself on how long it's going to take. Ooh. But I'm going to do it. Wednesday. I may not even decorate it depending on because of how large it is, but I may at least like get like the bare bones into it. And I might even include next Monday as part of this series, this little mini series that I'm doing right here. Yeah. This is actually a great house. It really, really is. This is an excellent kind of little project to kind of go in between the regular builds from the base game. Just kind of pick a house like this that's pretty close to it, and then kind of just redo it as I need to. The number of windows is still boggling to me. I can't get over how many windows this house has. This is an excellent opportunity. This developer is obviously very, very good at doing landscaping, that kind of thing. I would love to see I would love to see situations where users have the ability, really, to collaborate on stuff like this, where I say, hey, I'm good at building houses and doing things like that. Can you do like the landscaping for me? I'd love to get this user to get in on landscaping on one of my houses, but that's neither here nor there. Talking about this house, this land, everything this user has built here, absolutely wonderful. Love all of it, and it is absolutely on point for what I would expect out of this specific type of house. So we're gonna cut it off there. I will see you in the next episode. Have a good one, my dudes. Cheers.